Hi, welcome to the studio. Let's talk about stances today. All right, I'm going to teach you guys one stance, a back stance, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can train with it and work it in a small confined area. If you're in an apartment, if you're in your bedroom, whatever it is, you can get at least some exercise in and train these stances, just like kicks and strikes and blocks. We need to train stances as well. All right, so we're going to, I'm going to show you how to do it in a small, I call it a phone booth training. It was a term that I got told years ago, 2003, 2004, when I first started my martial arts journey very serious. My instructor would always say, train in a different way of phone booth training, which is just you pretty much just have a box around you and you got to stay within that box and just train your motion. So that being said, let's get right into it. All right, let's bow in real quick. Face here, chat. Good. All right. Okay. So you see my studio isn't really that big. This is my home studio. So it's only maybe 8 feet by maybe 24, maybe a little less, something like that. But I don't have a real big space to train. I can do a full form and, move around a little bit more, but some of you may not do that. But this is how we do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the proper way. So I'm going to show you the stance first, and then we'll do it, we'll train with it within a small confined spot. Okay, so how a back stance works is, of course, feet shoulder width apart. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn one foot to the side of us. Okay, so it might feel a little weird right now, but don't worry, it will start feeling a bit better here in a second. With the other foot, we're going to take 2 steps towards the camera or towards the TV screen. So we're going to go 1, 2. Okay, so now this is creating kind of an L-shaped motion with our feet. If we put our feet together and keep our feet where they're at, our feet are going to make an L shape. Okay, so one's going to go straight out to the side and the other one's going to go straight out in front of you. And then what you're going to do, like before in the other video, we're going to try to pull our knees out. We're not going to try to, collapse our knees. We're going to keep them out and knees right over the top of our feet as best we can. If you need to bring in your stance a little bit closer, that's okay too. Let me get fully in the camera here. So you can you can make it a little bit smaller if you can. This stance will vary with the style that you are looking into or just watching on TV. But little tweaks will help with like getting the stance correct in your style of martial arts. But this is pretty much the basic fundamentals of a good back stance here. Okay, so it's good, it's sturdy, and then this is for a block, a ridge hand block, a block here, a punch, ridge hand, knife hand strike, all different kinds of ways you can, strike with this and then have a good solid stance as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and work the other side, because we've got to do both sides, of course. And then same thing, we're going to have just feet shoulder width apart. Okay, now we're going to have this foot point to this side of the room, and then your other foot is going to point straight to your screen and take 1, 2 steps out. And then same thing, our body's going to be facing this way because this is where we're going to be blocking from, right like that. And then make sure knees come out, back straight, chest out, head up, real confident, of course, right? All right. Okay, so this is what it is on both sides. Now let's go ahead and work it down the floor. Okay, so I'm in the back of the room. I'm going to go towards the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to, now our motion is our brain's going to have to do two things. It's going to have to, okay, when I step out, I'm going to have to get into that stance rather than just like, doing it from a standstill. Okay. And then, so just, we're not going to worry about our arms right now. We're just going to have arms up in a good sparring position, good relaxed position here. We're just going to concentrate and take a step forward each step. So here, boom, and then just land and just make sure that you're good balanced, good strong, and this is going to be a solid foot. Your whole foot is going to go solid on the floor because you're planting yourself within the ground. All right. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to step with our back foot into a back stance. So we're going to have to turn our feet and make sure that our that we're rotating correctly. Okay. Going to step, boom, then land. And then what you can do is go ahead and check your stance. If it's a little bit off, go ahead and readjust it. Okay. Because our mind is picking up seeing what we want out of our stance. And then here, make sure everything's nice and, body up straight, back straight, head up, confident, and then step, boom, and then land. Make sure, look down if you need to. It's always good to look down, see what your body's doing so your brain can put that in your big computer. Then turn or step and bam, just like that. Okay. And then you can I'll even give you a bonus here. You can even do it backing up now. So now you can back up, boom, lock it out, make sure everything is good, nice. And then step back, boom, and then lock it out, make sure everything is good. And that's how you do it. And then you can do it, 5-6 times down the floor. If you only got 2 steps, you can go ahead and take 2 steps. Okay. Now, if you're literally in a closet, you could do this as well. And I'm going to show you that way too. So, okay, so I'm not even going to take but 1 step on each side. Okay, so I'm going to step in there. And this is how it works this way. So I'm just going to feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to step, boom, right like that. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and then step with my other foot. Boom, lock it out. I'm going to step back, feet shoulder width apart, step forward with the other foot. Boom. Look down. Pretty much the same thing. You're just in a phone booth, just in the tightest spot possible. You can still get a good workout in and, build those leg muscles up strong, build a good foundation, sinking into your stance, and then we can work on different things as we come in, as we go along with these videos here. Okay, so with all that being said, go ahead, practice hard, be confident, and I'll see you on the next one.